All right, so we just finished the second book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I cannot believe how many times I forget the book's name. But the book is Carl's Doomsday Scenario. Few things that I want to talk about this. Number one, it's not Mortimer, it's Mordecai. Lana, thank you for correcting me in that one. I get completely bossed with names. I'm reading too many books. I don't know why I kept saying Mortimer, but his name is Mordecai. So my bad about that. The second point was a correction on my point in the other video too. I talked about how I think that Beatrice might be alive, but my hopes were kind of dashed because the last little bit of this book is really fun because there's just a lot of like self-realizations that happen and that take place. Like Carl thinks he's gonna die, so him and Donut are kind of like having this little cute moment. And I love that Donut has this understanding that she says that Beatrice isn't alive. And she kind of knows. And it's a sad little moment of realization for her, and I'm curious how that's going to transform her for the rest of the book or for whatever it is. So I love that. I thought that was really good. There's other like cute little notes in there about them being like good friends, and then that's kind of like all they have in the world is each other, and they don't want to die alone. So like there's a hilarious moment with Princess Donut where she's like, you can't go and do this on your own because you promised that I wouldn't die alone, and I think that you're going to die before me if this happens. So there's like hilarious moments in the text with that. But really the video that I want to talk about, or what I want to talk about in this video, is just the idea of who Carl is as a person. People in like Audrey, like there's been other people who have been saying, I think Nandela, you said this too, there's been people talking about how he has a good similarity to Harry Potter. And in the first, I saw maybe shades of that, but in the end of this novel, I feel like he does. He has this like saving people complex. And even the little bug lady at the very end of this book in the epilogue said the same thing. That she says the Amazonian woman isn't a psychopath like the lady with the dogs. My understanding of names is just so pathetic sometimes. But she doesn't have the same empathy as this person, but she's not a psychopath like that person, but she doesn't have Carl's same saving people complex. And I love that Carl has that. Like there was a moment when obviously the bomb is about to go off, and then everyone in this vicinity gets a notification they can either go to a safe room or partake in this quest, and they have 60 seconds to do so. And so like there's 84 people out in this quest, and Carl doesn't want to go save just himself. He wants to go try to finish this quest so that everyone can be saved. And he does that. And I just love his attitude in wanting to save the little guy out there. He's like adamant that is something that needs to happen. And I just think he is becoming a more interesting and more complete character in my mind. I was ready to make a video because I was like, an hour and a half left in listening to the book. I was ready to make a video on how I thought the ending of this book was going to be boring. And when I was up at that scene, I was like, kind of is just, it feels flat. But there was the one point where Carl and Donut's followers and their viewers were going up like crazy. So you knew something was going to happen. And I knew there was going to be some kind of explosion. And at the same time, I do kind of think the end of this book felt a little flat. Like it didn't have this really interesting twist or whatever. I mean, it did have a twist, but it just didn't seem as interesting as I thought I wanted it to be. It didn't seem as involved or intricate, or like people didn't come back in the story as much as I wanted them to. It just seemed a bit more like out of nowhere. But the one thing that I love about the end of this book is that you just see the personality and the character of Carl in maybe the best possible way, and that he really stands up for people and wants to save people and make sure everyone kind of gets through this together. So I think that's my favorite aspect of this book so far. There's hilarious notes in this that I keep my like smiling and laughing when Carl, he finishes this, he's about to go down into the fourth floor, the stairs, and then Princess Donut is like, we have an interview and you're naked. And she was like laughing at him for that. There's just moments that are just hilarious. There's really cute moments. There's heartwarming moments. I'm very excited for the next book too. People say that 3 is kind of where it starts to take off. So I'm very excited for that. All in all, I thought this book was good. It wasn't incredible. The first one, I probably like the first one, Dungeon Crawler Carl, a little bit more than this one. But this one did have maybe a more cohesive narrative attached to it. So I kind of liked it for that reason. maybe I'll just say they're equal books. I like them for different reasons and struggled with them for different reasons as well. But again, I just like Carl in this whole situation. There's something going on down in level 4 that has never been seen before. The what is it? The celestial boxes that one guy he got because Princess Donut blocked him from the chat. Like, come on, you got to be kidding me with that. So they don't get these celestial boxes. They barely get rewarded for what they've done, and that just seems like it's going to be the overarching theme of this story. That there's just going to be, they're going to do these things and they're not going to really get rewarded for them, and they're going to have to find out other ways to get rewarded. Now, I have a few different fears going into the next book. I think the Skull Empire or the Skull Kingdom, whatever it is, I think that they're going to sponsor Carl and essentially screw him. So I'm nervous for that. I think the Maestro is still alive, to be completely honest, because I think the Maestro is going to come back as a hunter and try to hunt Carl. I think you could do that on the 6th level or something like that. So I think that's going to happen. Carl also has another person hunting him, which is this crazy woman. And then he also has a girl with the 2 dogs hunting Princess Donut, which is a little scary. But Mondo is one of my favorites. I love that guy. He's like, yeah, he's just hilarious. I think a character that doesn't even speak, but it's just like really cute and fun and well written. So I love Mongo. He's one of my favorites. He's probably everyone's favorite. But that's one of my fears for the next book. Another one of my fears is that Beatrice actually is still alive and does come back. So I'm really curious to see if that's going to happen. And there's just like new challenges that are obviously going to happen on this next floor. I forgot. There's been a lot that has been said about the 4th, 5th, 6th, and then ongoing floors. I forget some of the details about the 4th floor. And I'm curious to see what is going to happen for some of these. They said they need a momentum-based person, which is great because they have that one lady with them. Who's like that weird, not necessarily a shapeshifter, like a clay modeler kind of thing. So that's also really good. But yeah, this novel was just a fun novel. Again, it's a really fun series. I'm finding myself really enjoying listening to it. I don't have time to read this novel, but yeah, I'm just having a good time just chilling and listening to this novel. So I'm about to go on another walk and probably start the next book. Although the 5th book of Harry Potter, the Audible book, just came out, so maybe I'll listen to that for a little bit. So I want to hear how Keira Knightley does Professor Umbridge. So we'll see. But I'll probably listen to this in the next like day or so, and we'll make some more videos about book 3, which I don't even know what book 3 is called, so I got to download that, and then we'll get there. So subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.